Hey guys, Smelling Roses here. I'm out in Roanoke Rapids in northeastern North Carolina, and we're going to be taking a tour of the Roanoke Rapids Canal Trail. You can see that we are currently in the town of Roanoke Rapids here in eastern North Carolina, and we are right here at the Roanoke Rapids Lake trailhead. We'll go down and check out the Roanoke Rapids Lake, an impoundment of the Roanoke River, and then we will get on the trail. This path highlighted in green is the canal trail, and you can see there are several highlights along the way. Those are mainly what I'll be showing you in the video. The trail continues along the north side of Roanoke Rapids, along the Roanoke River, east towards the town of Weldon, and the trail ends at a local park, the River Falls Park, over on the east side of the town of Weldon. There's a tremendous amount of history connected with this area, and much of it is highlighted along the trail, from river and early rail transportation up through the American Civil War. Come along, let's go check it out. So this is the Roanoke Rapids Lake day use area. You can see it's a kind of a family-friendly park and picnic area with the lake in the background. This is an impoundment of the Roanoke River. Dominion Power has a hydro facility just out of view behind these trees. So this day use area is the westernmost trailhead for the Roanoke Canal Trail. There are multiple access points. We'll go ahead and get on the trail and check out some highlights along the way. The terrain here is mostly flat with a few rolling hills, and in some places it does drop off rather steeply at the river. The Roanoke River has its beginnings high up in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, south and west of the city of Roanoke. And it flows through southwest and southern Virginia, enters North Carolina, and continues eastward towards the Albemarle Sound. Check this out, guys. It may not look like much, but this stone wall is one of the original culverts for the canal. So we just came through those gates along the canal trail, and this is Rochelle Pond. This pond was originally constructed as part of the flood control system for the canal. This part of the trail is along the old canal towpath. In the early days of the canal, barges and boats likely would have been helped along by mules or horse teams, and perhaps later early rail system. But I hope it will show in the video, but if you guys can see this deep cut just to the right side of the trail here, this is not natural. This channel is actually the navigation canal. So you can see the navigation canal there to the right side of the trail, and the trail along the towpath. And you'll notice on the left side, very steep bluff drop off, and you can see sort of a waterway down below, but that is not the river. And believe it or not, this is also man-made. This is not natural. The much larger, much deeper channel cut on the left side of the trail was the power canal. And I guess I'll talk more about that when we get to the next stop along the trail. Alright guys, we are still looking at the power canal, and we have arrived to what is probably the most impressive and certainly the largest man-made structure along the canal trail. This is the old bulkhead from the power plant. This bulkhead was completed in the 1890s by the Roanoke Rapids Power Company, and they sold power to nearby manufacturing communities. Guys, that old brick building was another powerhouse, and it also controlled the middle locks. We'll go around to the other side in a moment and take a look at the locks. First, we'll take a look at this replica of one of the old wooden flat-bottom boats that navigated the river. These were the bateaux. These would haul cargo up and down the rivers in the early part of American history. Alright, so these were the middle locks along the navigation canal, and you can see there is another replica bateau. These series of locks could be operated by one person once the water pressure equalized, and it could raise and lower boats 38 feet in about 5 minutes. That's pretty awesome engineering for the early 1800s. So you can see we're now passing through an industrial area. That's actually a paper mill cardboard factory. And the trail continues eastward along this power line. Eventually it goes back into the woods and then goes along the river through some residential neighborhoods. Alright guys, we have arrived to another very interesting site along the trail. Alright guys, this is the Aqueduct spanning Chacoyote Creek. The original aqueduct, which was cut directly into the bedrock, was completed by 1824 as part of the canal system. But if you look closely at the stoneworks, you can see that it has been expanded and added on to several times. There were at least 3 major expansions of this aqueduct during the canal's lifetime. So we are continuing to head east towards the town of Weldon. And this section of the trail lies along an old railroad grade. This railroad grade was of vital importance to the Confederacy during the American Civil War, and the Confederate Army built a lot of breastworks in this area and fortified this area with cannon positions. It was a very heavily defended area as they wanted to protect the canal and the railroad line. We're just on the outskirts of the town of Weldon now, and this is the old Confederate Cemetery, maintained here by the North Carolina Division of the United Daughters of the Confederacy. And there are some marked graves here. and a few headstones with names, but largely this is actually sadly a mass grave site. Alright guys, so we are now entering the historic town of Weldon, North Carolina. Guys, so we are in the eastern part of the town of Weldon, and we have arrived to River Falls Park at Weldon's Landing. This is the end of the canal trail. Alright guys, well, you can see this definitely marks the end of the trail here at the big rapids at Weldon. The Weldon Rapids are pretty much the last falls on the Roanoke River as it makes its way southeastward towards the Atlantic Ocean. From here, the Roanoke River continues to meander through the coastal plain, and it eventually flows into the Albemarle Sound at Bachelor Bay. Alright, so there you have it. Rockfish capital of the world. So the Roanoke Canal Trail is a really great trail for hiking, biking. It's a family-friendly trail. There are a lot of great natural resources here, as well as tremendous American history. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for coming along. As always, I really appreciate all your views and support. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up and comment down below. Thanks a lot, guys, and as always, I'll see you on the trail.